Oh, yeah. Good morning, Lakeview Intermediate. I've got my Friday glasses on today. We are sparkling like a diamond today. It is a Friday morning at Lakeview Intermediate, October the 2nd, 2020, the first Friday of October. And oh, are we glad it's Friday? Oh, yeah. We definitely are here in the office, and we're glad to have you at school and at Lakeview Liftoff Live. So let's get to it. We have some morning announcements this morning. And let me get them pulled up for you. So let's see what's going on today. First off, I want to talk to you just for a second about cell phones. I wanted to remind all our students about our cell phone policy at Lakeview, because I know some of you have phones, especially for safety, maybe going home. But at school, you can have your phone, but your teacher, myself, playground attendants, whoever's on duty, whatever, we should not be able to tell you have a phone. In other words, we can't see it and we can't hear it. All right. If your phone rings, if it buzzes, if you have it out, if you're using it, then you are breaking the cell phone policy. So until you're in 7th grade, cell phones are out of sight and put away at school. As soon as you leave the building, like if you're out in front and you're a car rider and you need to text or call your mom, you can do that. All right. If you're a bus rider, you can do that when you get home and get off the bus. All right. So just want to make sure everybody's clear on cell phones. Next, computer use. We've had some things go on lately where we've had some students get in trouble not making good choices on their computers. In other words, not being where your teacher asked you to be. Your teacher wants you working in Schoology, and you're like trying to get on YouTube or something like that. Or we're searching for something inappropriate on the computer or something like that. We're typing bad words or something like that. Let me tell you, I get reports on my computer. It happens not every day, but I get reports the second a student puts something in that they shouldn't put into the computer, or if a student is going somewhere they shouldn't go. And it tells me everything, like at 9:32 a.m., this student typed this or searched for this or went to this website. So I don't want any students to get in any trouble or lose any privileges. I don't want to make phone calls home telling parents. I know Miss Tazi doesn't either, telling parents that we're having technology violations. So please make sure you are doing exactly as your teachers ask you to do. You have a lot more technology this year, having a laptop in hand all the time, Schoology, but we need to be paying attention to our teachers. So that includes, like, don't message. I've asked, some of you have messaged me corny jokes, which I love, but we shouldn't be doing that while we're in class and our teacher is teaching. All right. We shouldn't be using the messaging until we're outside of class time. So please just make sure you are using your computers appropriately. Okay, this next one's special, and I want everyone to help me out with this today. This is a big deal, and I'm not sure if you realize it, but this is a special day. Today is National Custodian Appreciation Day. So will you please help me out? I'm going to make this screen big so you can see them. When you see Mr. Charlie and Miss Peggy today, will you please tell them Happy Custodian Appreciation Day? They have worked so hard. You have no idea when there was a time in the summer when it was just like Mr. Charlie, Miss Peggy, Miss Tazi, and me working here. It was just the 4 of us and nobody else was working. And they were going up and down the hallways, cleaning and moving furniture, all your new desks, every single desk in your classrooms. Mr. Charlie was involved in putting those together this summer because they're brand new and there are hundreds of them. All right. And he put those together, got them in your classroom. Miss Peggy makes sure everything is clean. She and Mr. Charlie both are disinfecting our classrooms like multiple times a day to make sure we all stay safe and healthy. They are awesome. We are buying them lunch today and celebrating them. So please help me wish them a National Custodian Appreciation Day when you see them. And thank you, Mr. Charlie and Miss Peggy, for all that you do. You all are fantastic. All right, I'm going to bring in Miss Conklin. Speaking of fantastic people, good morning, Miss Conklin. How are you?
Good morning. I'm awesome this morning. How are you?
I'm great. It's time for Admit 1. What you got for us today?
Whoop, whoop. Well, today we're going to talk about growth mindset versus fixed mindset again, because we've learned a lot of information over the last 2 weeks. So we're just going to watch a video, and that's going to remind us about some of the things that we've learned. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to do a little recap so that we'll be ready next week to learn some more new things.
All right. So hopefully I've got this right. That's the one you want, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so here we go, everybody. Listen up and let's see this little video about growth mindset.
Have you ever heard of Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck? Her research on the idea of mindset suggests that there is every reason to believe that we can be great, maybe even the best, at anything with dedicated practice. But in order to get there, we need what she calls a growth mindset, which simply means believing that our abilities, including intelligence, are largely a result of time, effort, and practice. A growth mindset stands in contrast to a fixed mindset, which limits us by making us believe that we are either born with certain abilities or not. For example, our fixed mindsets might tell us that we're an English person, but not a math person. Sound familiar? Having the right mindset is important because it affects behaviors which greatly influence whether or not you will succeed at something. For example, if you have growth mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenges, appreciate feedback, and when failures happen, you don't allow it to define you, and instead, you use it to help guide how you can improve. Those who have a fixed mindset, on the other hand, shy away from challenges, don't implement feedback, and in fact, often feel defensive about the criticism. And when failures happen, it's devastating and feels like an attack on one's worth. You can see that there is a self-fulfilling prophecy here. If you believe that your abilities can improve, you'll engage in behaviors which make it so. If you believe your abilities are more or less immutable, you don't try to improve, and so you don't. If you recognize yourself as having a fixed mindset about things, well, you can change that. Practice having a growth mindset, and the sky's the limit.
All right, awesome.
All right, so I want you to remember to change your language. We've learned so much, and it takes you thinking about having a growth mindset all the time. It's a new concept that you're learning, and it takes a while for us to say, instead of saying, I can't do this, to say, wait, let me figure out what I'm doing wrong. What can help me? How can I grow from this? So this week we talked about grit. Remember when we said grit is giving it your all, redoing things as necessary, ignoring giving up because that's just not an option, and then taking time to redo as many times as you need to, because we said failures are building blocks. Nobody goes and does something right the first time. We all have to do something and then learn from what we're doing. We learn from our mistakes. Surgeons don't go into surgery the very first time and do it exactly right. They have to practice and practice and practice to learn how to perfect their skills. So the same thing with your math, your science, whatever it is that you're doing in your life. It could be sports that you're playing, or you could be on an academic team. You got to practice those spelling words and all kinds of different things that you're doing. So next week, I'll give you a little sneak peek. We are going to start out the week with criticism and feedback, because one of the things that we're learning about when we do our growth mindset versus fixed mindset is we need to be able to accept criticism. So we're going to talk about how important that is next week. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and think about these growth mindset things that you've learned this week and put some of them to use.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Conklin. That's a great message for Friday. And I look forward to hearing, because I know, I have a hard time sometimes with criticism too. When you feel like you're working your very best and somebody tells you that you need to do something different or do something better, that can be hard to hear sometimes. So that'll be great to hear about.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's bring in Miss Tazi. Miss Tazi, how are you today?
I'm great. I have my OSU sweatshirt on. It's Orange Friday.
Woo! Right, for sure. I'll cheer for Friday. I don't cheer for OSU, but I will cheer for Friday. But I do appreciate people standing by their team and especially their school. And I know you went to OSU, so I do like that.
That's right.
All right. So let's bring Liftoff back up here. And it is time for the corny joke of the day. Let's get our Friday morning laugh in. You ready, ladies?
I am.
All right, so here it is. This is a student submission, and I like this one. I don't know if anybody knows anybody getting married soon, but did you all hear about the antennae that got married?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, the ceremony was okay, but the reception was amazing.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So thank you, Sarah Stiegermeyer, for turning that one in to us. That was a great corny joke of the day. Sarah Stiegermeyer, thank you very much. All right, so Ms. Tazi, let's get to our pledges.
All right, go ahead and quietly stand up and get ready for our flag salutes. Your right hand should be over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the Oklahoma flag salute. I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. And for a moment of silence, you may be seated. During this time, you may reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity.
All right. Before we launch today, just a reminder to everybody, y'all have done such a wonderful job with your procedures. Just an absolutely amazing job. I want to remind everybody as we get comfortable, when you do something for a while, you start to get comfortable and relax. I know like the first day of school, everybody's like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to stand? Oh, I got to stay 6 feet apart. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. And we're really paying attention. And then after you do it for a while, you start to forget all those details and we start to get comfortable. So I just want to make sure everybody still remembers to pay very, very close attention to those procedures, especially the safety ones. I want to keep everyone safe and healthy and in school. So please continue doing your best with your mask. Keep them over your nose. Sometimes they slip down. Keep them over your nose. As soon as you're done eating, pull them back up, all that stuff. Okay. Please help us out and help each other stay healthy. All right, let's launch. It's my favorite launch of the week is when we launch on a Friday. So Miss Tazi, we are
Lakeview.
We are not
Average.
We will strive
For the Miller 5.
Oh, yeah. And whatever it takes, we will
Grow.
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff.
All right. Have a fantastic Friday, Lakeview. We will see you down the hallway soon. Have a great day.